Hey guys, Cole here from Car Talks with Cole, and I have my usual suspect here with me today.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And we are actually getting back into the imports again. Imagine that. But we are actually starting a little bit of a different segment by reviewing some SUVs that we've found. So the two that we're going to do today are the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. Man, is that a mouthful. Woo, we're stopping.
And the BMW X6M. So much easier to say.
That's way easier. Excuse me. Just a little bit of a background story on the Stelvio. It is named after a roadway that's in northern Italy called Stelvio Pass. So it's pretty much, the name speaks for itself. It's a windy road, and we're going to assume that the car is also going to probably be able to handle all of that stuff. So we'll see though in the specs and everything that we go over. So the Stelvio has a 2.9 liter twin turboed V6 that's Ferrari derived, producing 505 horsepower and 440 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow, that's actually quite nice. The X6M has a 4.4 liter V8 twin turbocharged, producing 567 horsepower at 553 foot-pounds of torque.
So the X6 does have a little bit more power to it than the Stelvio, but we'll see if that really makes a difference in the actual lap times and everything. So the Stelvio has a 0 to 60 of 3.9 seconds.
And the X6M has a 0 to 60 of 3.7 seconds. A little bit quicker.
So it is just a little bit faster, but we'll see if that actually makes a difference in the actual overall performance of the car. So the Stelvio has a quarter-mile time of 12.1 seconds.
And the X6M is just behind that with a quarter mile of 12.4 at 103 miles an hour.
So the Stelvio is a little bit quicker in that aspect of things. When it gets to be a little bit longer, it catches up to it. The X6. Yes?
Right. Oh, yeah, you're right.
So next we'll go ahead and talk about the Nurburgring time, just to give you guys an idea of the overall speed of the two cars. The lap time that I came up with for the Stelvio is 7 minutes 59 seconds.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a chunky time. That's the X6M is 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
So quite a bit slower.
Which you wouldn't think because of how much more power it has.
Yeah, I mean, it could be due to the fact that its weight. How much does it weigh?
Can you come back to that? I really don't want to talk about it.
No, you gotta tell them.
A little over 2.5 tons. So you're looking at about a little over 5,000 pounds.
Oh wow, that's crazy. I know the Stelvio is right around 4,000 pounds, so it's significantly lighter, I would say.
1,200 pounds lighter.
That's crazy though. So realistically, I mean, the X6 is a little bit larger of a car, like interior wise and everything. It is a larger car, so it makes sense that it's going to have that more weight to it. What was next that we're going to talk about? Oh yeah, wheels would be a good thing to talk about. So on the Stelvio, the wheels that come on it, there's actually 13 different options ranging from 17 to 21 inches. For the sake of the video, we'll go ahead and talk about the 21 inch. It comes with a 21 inch, which is, it has a carbon ceramic brake and Brembo actual brake calipers. So that's pretty nice. It's track ready right away. Pretty much ready to go, and if you want to use it on the track, you can. If not, you don't really have to. I mean,
right,
it's up
be
to you.
perfect for a daily driver too. But the wheels on the X6M, they're 21 inches all around. They're 21 inches. But one thing I found that was a little interesting about it was the front has 10-inch width on it, on the track or on the tread, and then the back has 11.5, so you get a little bit more. Maybe it helps with cornering and whatnot.
Oh, well, that's really cool.
One thing I also found out is that it has a brake drying system where an automatic brake drying system where, say it's wet out or you're on the track and it's wet and your rotors get wet, it'll dry your rotors for you. It'll sense that they're wet and dry them while you're going so that you have better stopping power.
That's really cool. I haven't ever heard of a car doing that before in the past.
Right, I've never heard of that either.
So
it's just interesting this one does that. Another thing I found out is, especially doing like corners, and they say it corners really well due to the fact that it has body stabilization control, where it's a system that when you're going around a corner, kind of like torque vectoring, it instead of putting more power to where it's needed in the wheels, it just eliminates body roll. So you just go right around the corner. There's no being thrown around in the seat by the body or anything like that. It's all no body roll, which is nice.
It's interesting. I know that the Stelvio has torque vectoring, which is a good option for a car that's being tracked because it helps to give more grip power to the wheels that have the most grip. So
right, I can agree with that.
Did we talk about the transmissions? I feel like we did.
No, I don't think we did.
I know that the transmission on the Stelvio is an 8-speed automatic. I don't know.
And it doesn't come with like an extra option or...
No, 8-speed is the only thing that you get.
Okay. The X6M, the only transmission you can get out of it is an 8-speed automatic, which is unfortunate to some because they want that third pedal, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Right. So if you're looking for the third pedal on either of those cars, good luck. You're not getting it. So another thing that we want to talk about is the exhaust. I know that the exhaust is important to a lot of you guys, so we'll make sure to go into it in a pretty good detail here. I know that the Stelvio's is a quad-tipped exhaust, and it's very, very nice sounding. It has that low rumble, and it just sounds amazing whether you're stepping on it full throttle or you're just going through the city at like a normal pace. So no need to really buy an aftermarket exhaust for this car. It sounds great right out of the box.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same about the BMW. It has a quad tip exhaust, pretty similar to the Stelvio, but when it's kind of in idle and you're not, and it's just revving and whatnot, it's not a lot to talk about. It's pretty bland. It's now like when you're stepping on it, it really has that grumble, that authentic German noise to it, and all the backfire and the crackling noises out of it. But other than that, you really got to be stepping on it to hear anything out of it. It's just really quiet.
Which, that is such a shame, because a lot of the time when you think of like the M cars, they all pretty much have a really great sounding exhaust.
Right.
And
it's almost like they were lacking a little bit on this.
yeah, I feel like definitely on the exhaust side of things, it is lacking pretty strongly. So,
right.
if you're looking for a good sounding exhaust, you're not going to get it stock from the Beamer.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing I would change, is the exhaust.
All right. Was there anything else that you were
How
thinking
about we talk a little bit about the interior?
Yeah, we can talk about the interior. So the Stelvio is very well refined on the inside. It has a lot of the amenities that similarly priced cars have, like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, or Audi. So if you're looking for, you know, the nice like leather wrapped stuff with like the dash and all of that stuff, you can get it with the Stelvio for sure. One thing that I really liked was the touchscreen on it is an 8.8 inch touchscreen, which is, in my opinion, that seems really big. I don't know. But anyhow, so it has all of the information on it, like the infotainment, Bluetooth, all that stuff. Anything else with the car, like the steering wheel has a flat bottom on it, which is really nice. The paddle shifters that are on the steering, so easy to find to catch the next gear. Anything else? All right. There are a lot of like knobs and switches and everything in the car. One thing that I really did like is there's 4 different driver modes. 2 of the main ones are race and it's like a sport mode, which is derived from they call it their DNA driving system. So it changes like the amount of exhaust flow and the tuning of the engine and everything. So it's really just an amazing system, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just really, really awesome. Other than that, on the interior side of things, it does have the really cool red Ferrari push button, which...
That is cool.
I mean, it's just one of the little things that, you know, Alfa Romeo decided to add to the car to give it that little bit of
authentication.
Like authenticity of being partially a Ferrari car. So that's all I really have for the interior.
The interior on the X6M, the best way to describe it is a lot. And when I say a lot of luxury, like you have everywhere from the power heated seats to the everything that's in the infotainment. It's got actually a 10.2 inch tablet on the as a touch screen. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a touch screen, but
It's
really,
not
10.2 inches, you really need it that big?
It's not actually a tablet, though. It's just the size of a tablet, right?
Right.
Okay.
Pretty much tablet that...
How cool?
Yeah.
How cool would that be, though, if it just like came out? You could like put
Right,
it,
like you hit a button and it just flips up. That'd be cool.
Anything else that really?
Couple things. It had automated self-parking. So if you're not very good at parking, or if you need a little help, just put it in reverse and it does what it does. Parallel parking mainly, but still, like the paddle shifters that are on it, they're mounted to the steering wheel. So like Cole said, they're easy to find, but I honestly think paddle shifters should stay mounted rather than being on the steering wheel moving all around. I think like if you're turning this way and you can hit a gear, it'd be nice.
Right.
There is, what is the other thing? Oh, they got bolstered leather front seats.
Ooh, I forgot something. Continue.
But then I think that's all I have on the interior.
All right. Let me go back to the Stelvio's interior for just a second. I did forget to tell you guys that there is carbon fiber Sparco racing seats available for this car.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're not cheap. It's like $5,000 to add that option.
Jesus.
But they're way lighter than a normal seat. So,
Wow.
and they look really good too. So, that option is there. If you are really looking to track this car, and you know, Sparco is a renowned race seat company, so it would be a really good option for someone who's looking to race this car. Other than that, that was it for the interior for me as well. Anything else that you were thinking of?
Did you find out a price for your Stelvio?
Yeah, it is $70,000 for the Quadrifoglio model.
The X6M, it has a bit of a steep price, but as long as you don't mind paying the extra, let's say 6 figures for it, I don't think you'd mind the $104,000 price tag on it.
That's crazy. $104 grand for a car. To me, like, I mean, for an SUV, I just don't see it. You know, like, I could understand if you were buying like a GTR, or you know, like
an Audi R8 or something.
An Audi R8, or like a, you know, F-type Jaguar. You know, like, but not a BMW X. Like, the X6 is, it's a cool car and all, but I just don't see it being justifiable, in my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, but
right. One thing I am going to add is I noticed the cargo volume on the X6M that is very small. So if you're buying it and you think it's going to have a lot of space in the back, you're wrong. Don't get it for that. Get it for what it actually is. Don't get it for a dog transporter, or like a stuffed transporter. If you're going to do that, get a Honda CR-V.
Right.
But all in all, it's a very nice car. It's well-rounded. It is pricey, but it's a very nice car.
Right. Other than that, I mean, which one would you pick out of the two, do you think?
Honestly, and I know I've sided with the cars that I usually review and whatnot, but I'm gonna have to side with the Stelvio on this one, because one thing that sold it for me was that push button start. that sold it for me. It's basically refined from Ferrari. You got that Italian engine, you got Italian all over it, and that sound, the sound of the exhaust, it sells me on a lot of things, and it's really nice. Well, you can't get that on the X6M, but I would go with the Stelvio.
Nice. For me, guys, I really like the BMW side of things, but the X6M is just lacking a lot of performance. It has the power, it has the equipment, but it's not utilized properly. So in my opinion, it's just lacking too much for me to justify the extra $30-some thousand.
I agree with you.
In my opinion, you know, I mean, other than the fact that Alfa Romeo left the States years ago for reliability issues, that's the one thing that gets me, that makes me wonder if it's a good idea or not. But, and they've only been out in the States for a very, very short period of time at this point. So, looking at it from that aspect, it may be dangerous, but they also give you a warranty on the car. You know, you get at least 3 years out of it, and at that point, you'll know whether or not it's a bad car or not. So, in my opinion, with all the performance that you get for the price, I would also have to choose Stelvio today. The Quadrifoglio is by far, for the price, the best car that you can buy in the SUV range of things. So, is there anything else you'd like to add today?
Did you ever get an MPG on your car?
No. Nope.
No?
I didn't find one.
Oh. But if you're curious, the X6M is 14 city, 19 highway.
Which isn't terrible for what it is. Giant gas hog.
Right. But if I were to drive it, I wouldn't get that.
Right. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Car Talks with Cole. And also, guys, if you have any questions, any cars that you'd like us to review, or any comments in general, go ahead and post those in the comments below. And as always, guys, Have a great day.
Have a good one, guys. Wow, we got it right at 20 minutes.